Good Call Live TV are here today at the iconic Mansfield Tavern. I'm currently standing in front of the Rock Arena stage, which in the 70s and 80s was known as one of the greatest live music venues in Brisbane. It's still going strong with lots of bands performing here, from the Angels, the Cult, Madness, right through to, no doubt, The Offspring, Grinspoon, Wolfmother, and of course, avid supporters of the Manny Tav Violent Soho. We are here today to focus on the Brisbane Unites Bushfire Fundraiser being held on Saturday, April 18th. It features 28 of Brisbane's best heavy rock and metal bands, and all proceeds will be going to charity to support those affected by the horrendous bushfires. The main one being the GoFundMe set up by Magda Zabowski and Will Eggboy Connolly, and they are working with charities like Beyond Blue to support those in need. So it's going to be an amazing time, and Good Call Live are 100% behind this event, and we strongly encourage everyone to come along. Good Call Live TV today are at the Mansfield Tavern, sitting in front of the iconic Rock Arena stage, and we have two members from PistonFist who are also two of the people responsible for putting on the Brisbane Unites Bushfire Fundraiser. So we have Jeffro and Jimmy from PistonFist. Hi guys.
Hello.
How you doing?
Yeah.
Good.
Excellent.
So as I said, we've got you here for two reasons. One is that PistonFist are playing the Brisbane Unites Bushfire Fundraiser on April 18th, right here. The second thing is that you guys are responsible for putting on the event. So how did this all come about? Where did the idea come from initially?
It was loose, is what it was. I think it was after rehearsal. You were just like, should we do a fundraiser for this bushfire? And I was like, yeah, why not?
Yeah.
And then you sent a message later on, we should do it at the Manny.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, that's right. It was obviously, everybody saw the social media, they saw the news reports, they saw it wasn't good. Kicked everybody in the feels a little bit. And we just had a chat at rehearsal, and it wasn't just the two of us, the three of us have definitely, all three of us put this together.
I've had a little bit to do with
it. A little bit.
But I can't interview myself, so...
But that's how it come together. It's come together way better than what we expected. We were looking at 4 or 5 bands, blew out to 28.
Yep.
That's the thing, 28 bands. That goes on to my next question. How did you get this epic lineup? Like, it's Brisbane's finest heavy rock and metal bands and a few from surrounds. So how did that all come about? Did you have bands come to you, or did you reach out to them, or a bit of both?
If you book them, they will come.
Yeah. It really was that. We just kept asking bands, they kept on saying yes. So we're like, all right, it turned from 4 or 5 into a mini festival, and then we're like, can we add another stage? Is that where we're going with this?
That's right,
and it just kept on growing.
And everybody jumped on it. There was there was a couple of
ins and outs.
A couple of
management won't let us do it type things.
But everybody was super keen, and Brisbane's pretty tight. We have a really, really cool scene at the moment.
We really do.
It's rad. And big thanks to all the bands that did jump on. Legends.
Absolutely. And I know because, as I said, I've had a little bit to do with things. We did have a lot of bands wanting to join the lineup, but it just, we got 2 stages, 28 bands. It's a shame we can't have 10 stages because we could probably do it. It's been great. So
something that we haven't talked a lot about, but me and Jimmy had a quick chat about, if we can try and do this again next year, there's always somebody that needs help. There's always something that that we can do to help someone. So we might have a look at it next year, and some of the bands that missed out, that really, really wanted to have a crack this year, we might be able to sort them next year.
That's
That'd be cool.
A great idea. And, music is really wonderful for uniting people and bringing people together for a good cause. So, and this particular event, it's a win-win for everybody. It's 28 bands, it's 2 stages, so it's not only the Rock Arena stage, there's also I think it's called the Green Room.
Doesn't really have a name.
No. Jimmy's actually also one of the managers here at the Mansfield Tavern, so that's a bit of a bonus.
for you guys. Not a bonus for me because it means I get to work and play a show.
Yeah.
Yay.
Amazing. Multitasking.
But what a venue. This is like an iconic venue. I think I played here the first time when I was like 18 years old. And it was crazy. There was more people in mid-air jumping off the stage than what there actually was, like jumping down here. It was crazy. It's a really rad venue, so super stoked to have it here.
That's amazing. That was my next question. Have you played here before? So you have.
Yeah.
Yep. What band was that with?
That was with D9.
D9, nice.
I was a drummer then, and we played support to Dream Killers back in the Dream Killers heyday when shit was just nuts. It was crazy. The stage diving and stuff was insane. There's been nothing like it since. Big shout out to Dream Killers, iconic Brisbane legends.
Yes.
Big shout out.
Maybe we'll get them on the next one.
Yep.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah,
maybe.
So the main charity that the event is focused on is the GoFundMe, which was set up by Magda Zabansky and Will Eggboy Connolly. So it is all about looking after the mental health of those affected directly by the bushfires. So whilst the bushfires are pretty much over, which is wonderful, the aftermath is still a really big thing. So, there's been a few bushfire events going on, which has been wonderful to see throughout the country. But it's great that we've got this one happening in April, and we can really focus on raising money for the aftermath and for the mental health of those affected.
Yeah.
So I know like a lot of musically minded people are very much in support of mental health and that sort of thing. I know PistonFist have the song Black Rain, which does focus on a little bit of that.
Yep. Yeah, it definitely does. We've all seen it. We've all been to funerals. We've all had that person that you never would have thought was angry or upset or whatever. So it's if we can help a little bit, then you're beauty. It's a good thing.
Absolutely. So that the GoFundMe will be working with Beyond Blue and other charities similar to that, and so all the money raised will go to that.
I think so much of the focus always happens on the actual event, and there's not a lot of thought put into the aftermath of it. And I mean, the significance of it is it's probably going to take the better part of a year or two, really, to get everything tidied up. And for all the volunteer firefighters, for all the people that lost their homes, lost pets, all that sort of stuff, like they're greatly affected of it for a long time to come. So
absolutely.
All the insurance in the world can't help you mentally.
Yeah.
And that's if the insurance comes through too.
That's exactly
another
right.
stress that comes with a lot of things of these ones too.
Yeah.
So it's just good to be able to focus on a different sort of area.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's been wonderful to have all 28 bands volunteer their art and their music and their time to commit to something like this. And not only that, but the organisers, we've been working hard to put this together, and all the crew that will be volunteering their time, and the Mansfield Tavern for having us and letting us host this here.
All the production guys are putting up their time for free, so to run, backline sound, lights, they're all doing that for free too.
Yeah, it takes an army to to put on something like
and
this.
No one even queried it too. When we were initially putting out emails and things, everyone was just like, yep, sure, yeah, I'll do it for free, no worries. So
that's so wonderful. It really is Brisbane Unites.
Yeah, it is.
Perfect name for it,
Dead
really.
right.
Yeah. I don't know who came up with that name.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We've covered all of that, sorry. So we'll get on to PistonFist now as a band. So we've talked about the event and you guys being the wonderful organisers, but let's talk about the band. So PistonFist haven't really been around that long, really. How long has it been now?
No, we've kind of, I suppose we've been gigging for just over 12 months, really.
Yeah, really not long at all.
Yeah.
But the fan base already is quite impressive, and the shows you've played, you've done Dead of Winter. I know I saw you there because I reviewed that show.
Yep.
And people were saying to me, you've got to check out PistonFist.
Yep.
And I was like, wow, okay. And you guys played upstairs.
We played upstairs. We actually got I had a guy have a go at me because he couldn't get into the room to watch us play.
It was literally packed out.
That was kind of cool.
Yeah, crazy. And then you also did Halloween Hysteria.
Halloween Hysteria. That was a cracker outside there at the drive-in. That was awesome fun. Yeah, and great events.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Great sort of mini festivals in Brisbane.
Yep.
So, that's great. It must feel good, though, to have such a good response to your music that you're putting out there in such a short time. Like, everyone seems to be pretty much in with the fist.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really, really good. Everybody seems to like the fist. But I've got to give a big shout out to obviously to the people that continuously turn up, that keep coming to show after show after show.
Yeah.
It's really good. And a bit of a shout out to Woz. He was our original guitarist. He's stepped aside and he's doing something else now, but he can write a song, and without them songs it would have been really, really hard. So he's killed it. Yeah. Absolutely.
And that segues into my next question perfectly, which is that Jimmy is actually the latest member in PistonFist.
Yep.
So he's been playing with you for a little while now. So how is that for you? How are you feeling about being part of PistonFist?
Yeah, very good. So it's a bit of a whirlwind, to be honest. Like, we've just come for a jam, and then 2 days later it was like, can you let us set and come to Melbourne to play it? It's like, yeah, sure, no worries. When are we going to Melbourne? Next week. It's like, okay, game on, let's do this.
So you threw him in at the deep end.
That was how it was.
Yeah,
That's exactly how it
nice.
was.
Yeah, so
But what better way to sort of see if he had it or not? It worked.
Works well under pressure. You can put that on your resume.
Yeah, so, it's been good so far, so
Yeah.
keeping on, really.
Yeah. And how's it going with the new lineup? Like, there's always a slight shuffle and adjustment when you have a band member come and go and that sort of thing. So
Yeah, absolutely. It was scary.
Yep.
But I really like what Jimmy brings. He's a shredder. And
It's true.
I think we write it well together. We've got a couple of new songs that we've been working on, and it's working really, really well. So super happy so far. And Jimmy brings a little bit more of the heavy stuff that I really, really
heavy.
like.
Jimmy brings the heavy. How do you feel about that statement?
I don't mean to. Like, even when I try to write like rock songs, they just sort of turn out heavy. So when they're just like, oh, we want to be a little bit heavier, perfect. Because I can't not write heavy apparently. So, but no.
So that's good. Jimmy brings the heavy. So a new element to PistonFist, perhaps.
Yeah.
Already pretty heavy, but
Yeah, that's right. It's
already
just
had some big chunky sections.
it's got that nice edge.
And speaking of, so you do have some new music in the works. Are we going to see a new single or something coming up soon?
Yeah.
Yes. So we're it's new old music. So we're releasing Killer on the 13th of March, and lyric video to go with that one.
Yep.
And then that's pretty much it for that one.
That'll be out on all iTunes and Spotify and all
listening
them,
formats.
all them things.
Yep.
Yeah.
Great.
And
That's exciting.
The YouTube lyric video will be up and running. It'll be really, really fun. But then we're doing a new video. We're doing a brand new video with Ben for On the Run, and that will be really, really cool.
And what's the concept? Have you got a concept? We can't really give that away, can we?
No, we'll keep
That'll be a
that a little bit on the
surprise.
hush.
That'll be a surprise.
We'll pretend like we know exactly what we're doing, and we'll keep that.
They absolutely have a really solid plan.
Apparently we've been pinned as a petrol rock band, which I have no idea what that is, but apparently we're it.
Petrol rock?
So
That's an interesting genre.
Yeah,
I don't know
there'll be
if
a
I've
little
heard
bit
that
of
one
that.
before.
No, it's new.
a little bit of that in the new video.
Yeah.
There you go. That's
A bit of petrol rock
Yeah.
with PistonFist.
Yeah.
Amazing. So what other plans are there in 2020 for PistonFist? There's a whole year ahead of us, so what else will be happening?
So many. Well, we've obviously got Brisbane Unites, so that's the thing. Rockstock Riot on the
Rockstock
14th,
Riot,
so
yep.
that'll be fun.
Be a
Interesting.
ripper.
There's this other one, Moondole.
Oh yeah,
Moondole Music Fest.
on June 6th.
So that'll be interesting. I don't know who promotes that.
6 at the back room. Yeah, it's me.
Who does
That's
that
mine.
one? Is that
That's
your show?
That's
Yeah.
mine. Yes.
Did we ever get our tickets for that?
Yeah, you're
sell?
supposed to give them to Jeffrey.
Or was I?
Yeah.
Yeah, whoops.
We'll sort that out
Okay.
later. But actually, that's pretty exciting. So you've got Brisbane Unites, you've got Rockstock, and you've got Moondole. That's
Yep.
3 sort of
Yeah,
little
3
festivals
cracking
going on
festivals.
with all completely amazing lineups.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, pretty pumped.
That's
Pretty pumped for a
great.
big year.
Yeah.
Should be good.
And we do have some shows in Japan which are looking like a bunch of fun.
So PistonFist does Japan.
Yeah.
Yep. That'll be interesting.
That's exciting.
Yeah, that'll be rad fun.
Yeah, so that's happening later in the year, or?
Yeah, August, September, like over those little folds. So
Yep.
what have we got, like 9 shows, 13 days.
Yep.
Very
Yeah.
exciting.
Bit of Japan.
Yeah, great.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, so new music, some great shows, a little bit of a tour to Japan.
Yep.
It's all happening for PistonFist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. We're pretty stoked and pretty happy about it.
That's great. Well, thank you so much for talking to Good Call Live TV. And I have one final question for you both. I'll get you to both answer it separately. So actually, what would you say to someone to encourage them to come along to the Brisbane Unite's Bushfire Fundraiser? We'll go Jimmy first.
Oh, what would I say? You should come.
You got to sell it.
Got to sell it. Oh, Jesus. You should come to the Brisbane United Bushfire Fundraiser. Is it like $30 a ticket? It's pretty good.
Yeah, 28 bands, $30.
Even Oztics are on board, all booking fees they're donating to, so everyone's in there. Yeah. And it's 28 bands. It's 12 hours of metal and rock.
Yeah, and it's here.
People everywhere. And it's at the money. And everyone's friendly. Yeah. So yeah.
And would you add anything to that, or?
Get off your lazy ass, come out, see a show, support your local scene, and support the people that have been devastated and smashed up by these fires. Get out there, do something, stop being lazy, move.
Yep.
Put the hot ones down.
Absolutely. Slightly more aggressive. I love it. It's great. But yeah, it would be wonderful for everyone to come along on April 18th. You can get your tickets now via Oztics, I believe. Yep. Just double checking that. Yeah. So thanks so much to Jeffro and Jimmy from PistonFist and from the Manny Tav for chatting with Good Call Live TV.
No worries. Thank you.